When the world needed it most, LEGO gifted us with Roz at Shadow Dojo. It was a short 1-minute clip of Roz approaching a location, a shadowy location, you might say, maybe even a dojo. It seemed to most people that the most important piece of information in this clip was that Roz was in fact from Chima. But this assumption would soon be challenged. We waited patiently for more Season 2 information, but after waiting, what we received was, yet again, Roz at Shadow Dojo. Some people thought this was a mistake. It must have been an error of some kind that LEGO had posted this clip twice now. So we asked again, LEGO, can you please give us any further Season 2 information? And what we received, for a third time, was Roz at Shadow Dojo. Now, everywhere I turn, there's Roz at Shadow Dojo. In my recommended feed, Roz at Shadow Dojo. I go onto Instagram, Roz at Shadow Dojo. I close my eyes to go to bed at night, and I see Roz, and I wake up in the morning, and I am at Shadow Dojo. 3 times is not a mistake, that's a sign. LEGO is hammering home the importance of Roz at Shadow Dojo. I think this clip is far more complicated than most people are giving it credit for, and so I am going to walk you through step by step, highlighting the nuances and intricacies, the secret message hidden within Roz at Shadow Dojo. I have pulled up the most recent upload of Roz at Shadow Dojo. I feel it is important to take LEGO's most recent word as its most important. All right, I'm gonna full screen here. I'm gonna take you through it. Try and stay with me. Okay, so first, we're fading up from black. We look at the moon. You'll see the subtitles say light dramatic music. Now, that didn't sound too light to me, but we are centered on a source of light, the moon. What is special about this moon? The light that it is providing. Keep going, keep going. Oh, look. Who's that? Pan up. It's Roz, the first piece of the puzzle. So we have this bird's eye view angle of our 2 characters. Do you know what else might have this perspective? The moon, from the beginning of the clip, up high, looking down. We are, right now, looking from the perspective of the light.
You self-obsessed Empyreans never...
See, this shot, the camera is moving with our characters. They are on a journey, and we are on that journey with them. Their progress is important. You'll also notice that our characters are moving from right to left, which is opposite of how we in Western cultures read, from left to right. This creates a jarring sense of anti-progress. They are headed somewhere, but they're moving backwards.
No one can ignore what's wrong.
Look at how this is framed. Roz in the center, blocking out Jordana. It has been confirmed he is the most important person in this equation. He's where the focus should be. This is about Roz. You'll notice that we're yet again looking at the scene from the perspective of something in the scene. This time, our characters. There is a physical barrier between our characters and their destination. Something about this destination is hidden, concealed, difficult to get to. You'll notice, what do we have in the captions? Again, light, dramatic music. So this is again drawing our attention to the light source, the moon, where this whole clip started. Now, of course, as avid readers of the title, we can tell that their mystery destination is in fact Shadow Dojo. Why does Shadow Dojo have light in the form of these stars, light directly overhead in the form of the moon, and music described as light? It's a contradiction. We can't make sense of it yet. And here we have the clearest shot we get of Shadow Dojo. The moon confirmed directly overhead of the Shadow Dojo. Here we get what we call a canted angle. This is when the angle of the camera is tilted. This is to signify that things are off balance. Things aren't quite right. Something's wrong, and we've already deduced why. This is Shadow Dojo, but there's a lot of light around.
What is that?
Our destination.
And here, Roz puts down his sword. This is our destination. And here's where it all comes together, because you'll see you can only create shadows when you block out light. If there's no light, it's just darkness. In order to have shadows, you have to have light, and you have to have something blocking light. What did we see blocking something earlier in the clip? Roz blocked out Jordana from our view. He is a blocking force. He's an important force. Roz can block out light to create shadow. Roz at Shadow Dojo creates Shadow Dojo so that you can have Roz at Shadow Dojo. Are you following me here? Shadow Dojo is a state of being between Roz and light and this dojo. Roz wills Shadow Dojo into existence. Roz at Shadow Dojo, yes, but in a much deeper sense, Roz is Shadow Dojo. Roz has to be there for Shadow Dojo to exist. You can't just have Shadow Dojo. It has to be Roz at Shadow Dojo. That's what Lego's trying to tell us. This is why the title is the same thing every time. It's because it's the most important bit of the puzzle. Roz at Shadow Dojo. It's not a phrase, an idea. It's not a person at a place. It is one singular noun. Roz at Shadow Dojo. And to really hammer my point home, let's just take a bird's eye view look at this whole thing. Not at Shadow Dojo. He's not at Shadow Dojo the whole time, for most of the clip. He's not at Shadow Dojo. Roz is not at Shadow Dojo. Hold on, look here. He's not at Shadow Dojo until Shadow Dojo. And then he announces, this is our destination. And Roz at Shadow Dojo. It's the end point. It's the climactic piece of the whole puzzle. That's what we need to focus on, is Roz at Shadow Dojo. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think Roz is actually on the moon? I didn't script this video. I did script the Fuji Dove video. I didn't script this one. Fuji Dove. And you are objectively wrong. No one can refute Roz at Shadow Dojo.